Hey Nick, how are you doing?
Good.
You guys had a walk on today, Aiden Hector from over on the west side. Can you kind of talk about the process that led you to bringing Aiden onto the team?
Yeah, we had two today. Or actually the last couple of days. Aiden Hector and Nick Ayers. Uh, Guys that are in school looking for a shot to play. And Nick Ayers actually, I think he's been trying to walk on for a little bit. Talked to Brett Carolyn, Pride of Novato, California. And we have some mutual friends. And you know, we'll see what he can do.
What do you think Aiden kind of brings to the defense as a former four-star recruit who had a lot of offers coming out of high school?
We haven't seen a whole lot yet, so it's hard to say. But haven't seen a whole lot yet. We'll scrimmage tomorrow. I don't even know if he can do anything. So because of the acclimatization. So excited about the scrimmage tomorrow. Though. This thing's gonna be good. We got a lot of questions we need to answer.
He was obviously involved in some things off the field for better or for worse. But did you guys have to take any extra steps to get him on the football team, or have any additional conversations to make sure he was kind of a good fit for you guys?
Well, we've had both their backgrounds, and felt like we can move forward with them joining the team.
Okay, Zach Armstrong, go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yep, go ahead, Zach.
Coach Dion McIntosh told us yesterday that the players discussed needing to bring more energy on their end to practice. Did you notice a little bit of an uptick in energy from the guys today?
I didn't really think like it was bad energy the whole time, to be honest with you. I think Dion has made a lot of plays in training camp so far. So I think he's brought in enough energy that way. I don't want any fake energy. I think they're excited to be out there with each other, to be honest with you. We're getting, I don't know, what are we in days 7, 6, 7, 8, somewhere around there. So they're probably getting a little bit beat up, no sore. So that may be what he was talking about, where they got to keep that energy sustained. But no, it's a fun group to be around, and I think they like football. I think they like, what's in front of them, the opportunity in front of them.
Offensively, did anybody stick out to you in particular?
Let me think. The offensive line's been pretty solid. Getting a lot of guys, a lot of reps in different spots. So, and to tell you what, the defense is doing a lot of tough things that giving them challenges and making the communication. We got to accelerate it anyway. We got game day coming pretty soon. So, I think the offensive line's been real steady throughout the whole thing. But and guys who have been around, played, and have, I don't want to say surrender to the offense, but they've enjoyed, I think, doing something different.
And have any scholarships been awarded to walk-ons on the roster, or any sort of in the process?
No, it's good. I think it's kind of a tough year for all that. Some of the transfers, transfer portal guys, those aren't able to be awarded at this time just by when they got in the portal. So I'd like to, because I think there's a lot of deserving guys. Bacon, Niche, and there's guys all over the field that are giving a lot, and I got a lot of respect for the walk-ons, because I think they actually kind of the heartbeat a lot of times when you got a scholarship guy who's not appreciative of what he's getting. You just turn and look at what the walk-ons are paying to do. I'd love to reward them with scholarships. We don't have anything right now.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Brenna Green, go ahead.
Coach, you mentioned the scrimmage tomorrow and that you're hoping to have some questions answered. What kind of questions are you hoping to get answered tomorrow?
I hope we get closer to knowing who our starting quarterback is. I hope we get to see some questions about some of the depth, especially at wide receiver, some of the young offensive line. Want to see the defense, have to work together, from top to bottom in a situation where they don't necessarily have the coaches behind them telling them what to do or coaching them up. I'd like to see them play. I really like to see what our situational awareness is, because you're installing the offense and defense, and but where are we going to be when it's third down or red zone? Or I want to see where our conditioning is. I mean, there's a ton we got to see. Who's going to fight through some tough, tiring times tomorrow. So, but we have to do it in a way where we make sure we keep them healthy.
How many times are you guys planning on scrimmaging before the season starts?
What was that? I'm sorry, Brendan.
How many times do you guys plan on scrimmaging before the season starts?
Well, at least this one, and then I think we're going to assess moving forward how we're going to roll. This one, we need to get some more tackling in. We could possibly have another one. I don't see us having more than 2 total here.
Why do you think 2 is the target number?
But because we're 3 weeks out and we got a game, right? Can't do 4. I mean, we've done some live stuff inside of practice, but not necessarily a quote unquote scrimmage.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Other questions for Coach? Raise your hand. Theo, go ahead.
Do you have a certain amount of reps you want to get through, or snaps you want to get through the scrimmage? What's that?
I want it to be a healthy scrimmage, and by that is, I don't have a number, I guess, to answer your question. It's more of I kind of do it by feel a little bit. I think it's going to be more than a 25 play scrimmage for sure. I don't know that it's going to be a 140 play scrimmage. We're going to inject a lot of the special team situations. We'll have refs, I think, which will be good for these guys to be around and see. Some of the positions aren't as deep as the other as far as working them that hard. So just kind of, I would say we'd get at least 60 or 70 in, I would hope.
Do you like to go ones versus twos versus ones, or do you mix it up a little bit, or mostly ones on ones?
I think there's time, especially in the spring. I think there's opportunities to do that. I think we'll be more good on good at this point.
Cody Schuler, go ahead.
Hey, Coach, I'm just wondering, kind of going into this scrimmage, I know it's a weird off season. How are you balancing the idea of like getting your starters some, game simulation and also getting a look at the depth you have? So do you have a plan on how you're kind of going to distribute those reps across those guys?
I think it's really positionally. The quarterbacks need reps. The quarterback, it's more than throwing and more than handing the ball off. How can they lead a group? Even the guys that we know have played a lot here and are ready to play more here. It is definitely a balance to do that, but it's more if I would say in the position groups. Guys have proven they can play. Got to keep them healthy for opening day, and then. But we also got to see what a lot of our young guys can do. We haven't seen a whole lot. In the freshmen, they put in some good effort, but we want to see how they react in their first college scrimmage. Hopefully we get enough and not too much where we get people banged up too much where they can't continue to prepare for Oregon State.
And have you given any thought yet to the quarterback reps that you can disclose to us, or are you going to keep that under wraps?
As far as who's going to get how many?
Yeah, or who maybe is going to get the first reps and go from there.
We've kind of been on a rotation, so I don't know where the rotation is as far as who's taking the first rep. Kind of been on a 3-man rotation all through camp so far. I really don't. Want to go ask Stutz who's going to be next tomorrow? No, you're all right. I don't know who it's going to be, honestly, but I'd like to get them all reps with the one offense. I just don't know who's going to take the first one right now.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Other questions for Coach? Raise your hand.
Well,
Anything
save all
else?
those questions for our main man, Brian Green, coming up there.
One more. Theo Lawson.
I've got one more question. It's not really a football question, but kind of a football question. Pat Chun was on the radio show yesterday before you got there talking about possibly getting cardboard cutouts into the stands for games. Is there like a funny cardboard cutout you'd like to see in the stands of games, whether it's a celebrity or someone you know or someone outside of the football program?
That's a great question. Who would I love to see? I'd love to see John Candy. How about that? That'd be good.
John Candy. Okay.
Know that Montana story? No? Nobody knows the
No,
Montana
I'm not familiar with it.
John Candy, Bill Stevens, and Rodney Dangerfield. Socially distanced in the first row. That's what I'd love to see.